Double D here with another after action report for combat mission. This one is different. It's the first in a series of ARs that I plan to make through one AI campaign. My usual combat mission videos are single battles against human opponents, often called H2H for human to human. I am participating in 2 H2H campaigns, but each battle takes 4 to 6 weeks, which is a long time between videos. So, I thought I'd have a go at creating a series of videos following a campaign against the combat mission AI. I've chosen the campaign Scottish Corridor. It's 14 missions which follow the exploits of the 9th Cameroonians, part of the 46th Infantry Brigade, and the 2nd Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders, an element of the 227th Highland Infantry Brigade, both of which were assigned to 8th Corps, British 2nd Army during Operation Epsom. Operation Epsom took place between the 26th and 30th of June, just over 2 weeks after the D-Day landings. The British Commonwealth offensive was intended to outflank and seize the German-occupied city of Caen. The planned execution was to break out of the bridgehead west of Caen, advance across the Orne River and capture high ground south of Caen, near Bretteville-sur-Lise, forcing the Axis forces to withdraw or risk being isolated. The operation was devised by Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery, and historians' views on the success of the operation are mixed. Whilst not all territorial objectives were achieved, the offensive did prevent Erwin Rommel's counter-offensive to recapture the city of Bayeux and attempt to split the British and American armies. Losses were heavy on both sides, with an estimated 4,000 to 5,000 Allied casualties and over 3,000 Axis casualties. Both sides lost between 120 and 150 damaged or knocked out tanks. For the Germans, the losses were a heavy impact. They had to use all of their reserves to halt the offensive, and their casualties and lost equipment would be difficult to replace. British Field Marshal Monty seems to be a bit of a Marmite type character. One either loves him or hates him. This does seem to influence historians' views on the success of Operation Epsom. But from a basic loss versus gain perspective, the outcome of the operation could be classed as an Allied success. But we're not here to judge, and I'm no historian, so let's first talk about the initial strategic objectives that I've been tasked with in this combat mission campaign. The first battle is the best laid plans. It takes place on the western side of the offensive line on the 26th of June at 8:25 am. The Epsom operational plan had RAF bomber support from England hitting Jerry prior to us kicking off. However, poor weather in southeast England has scuppered this. We have field artillery support only. My orders are to advance with C and D Company, 9th Cameronians, and secure 2 objectives, Tatties and Neep, in the small hamlet of La Hutte de Bosque around 10 miles west of Caen. It's been raining, the ground is wet and muddy, and there's a strong risk of vehicles getting stuck. I have been assigned 2 infantry Churchill tanks from the 7th Royal Tank Regiment and off-map 80mm artillery support. C Company is under command of Major Leggett Smith and D Company Major Williamson, with the 2 tanks commanded by Major Cunningham and Lieutenant Richardson. 2 platoons from D Company and the lead are delayed and expected to enter the AO later in the battle. The defending German units are from the 12th SS Hitlerjugend, and I anticipate at least a platoon strength with potential static MG34s and 42s, some on-map mortars and some form of AT. I guess at minimum 1 pack, possibly 2. Assessing the terrain. Looking at the avenues of advance from my start line, I have an open left flank. The defenders have excellent concealment and high blockade and brick buildings. My armour would have little concealment, and they'd have to cross the muddy fields to advance. In the centre I have an orchard. It offers better concealment, but the spaced out apple trees will still allow a lot of open areas for infantry to be fired upon from the face and brocage on my left and centre. On my right I have narrower open fields with a road running on the right side of the orchard. Low hedgerow running along the road offers some concealment. The cornfields on my right flank have some low hedging running around their perimeter, which offers the best opportunity for me to set up a fire base to gain fire superiority. My right flank avenue of advance also looks to give the Germans the smallest line of defence in which to concentrate their firepower. If we look at the map, based upon my situational assessment, my plan is as follows. I shall have the field artillery lay down a slow, maximum time barrage across the brocage on my left flank, the grey line. I'll then redirect fire as needed rather than stop and call in a new barrage. I find relocating fire quicker than stopping and restarting a barrage. I shall advance on my right flank towards the Ypres objective using company attack drill with the Churchills in support. The orange lines denote my advancing fire bases and the blue my direction of advance. Once I take objective Ypres, I'll push through and secure the area with the attacking force. I'll bring up my reserves and use them to supplement my push across to objective Tatties and try and take it from behind. This will give me 4 platoons for my initial attack, with 2 in reserve for the attack on my second objective. I have 60 minutes, so let's go and look at the terrain. Okay, so from a spectator's view, very much France, June 1944. You can see the cornfield on my right flank, the orchard in the centre, and here is a brick-built hard building. We can see thick brocage, and here is objective Ypres. If we take a look at objective Tatties, it's a small hamlet, brick built, lots of hard cover for the enemy. So I have 2 companies of the 9th. Each company comprises 3 platoons, each platoon comprises 3 sections, a support brain group and a 2-inch mortar group. In total I have around 250 men. The 9th has just been withdrawn from Singapore, so they comprise of some regular troops and green where they've been reinforced. So we start the battle in mist and rain and immediately advance one of the platoons to the first fire base. The advancing Churchill quickly comes under fire. The barrage on our left flank starts to come in. And 13 Platoon C Company comes under fire as they start to set up the first fire base. First eyes on the SS. Slow barrage of 81mm artillery force. 13 platoon go about gaining fire superiority. The support from the Churchills. As I look to suppress my left flank with the artillery barrage. The weather's like a summer day in the Lake District. Somewhat wet. Second Churchill advances to support. I don't like firing over the heads of my squaddies, but I have little choice. The Bocage is taking a pounding. And it looks like the SS is starting to panic. I start bringing up 14 platoon C Company to support the advance. Jerry mortars have been zeroed in, and I lose 2 of C Company's agitators. First eyes on an MG bunker. Left a brick farmhouse, next to telegraph pole. Platoon start to leapfrog forward. 2 sections suppressed as the third advances. Platoon get eyes on a second MG bunker. This one is on my right flank, next to the Neeps objective. Over the next 15 minutes, C Company advances. They use the hedgerow either side of the tarmac road to push forward towards the 2 fire base objectives. We've identified 2 MG bunkers, one at the objective Neeps and one in front of the objective Tatties. Both are occupied and active. We've spotted a pack AT gun, looks like it might be a 38. It took some shots at one of the Churchills but missed. Neutralising the AT gun is a priority for C Company, and I don't want to risk advancing the Churchills until it's either neutralised or I know where its line of sight is. Casualties during my advance have been minor, but the 81mm mortars from the German forces have been a real irritation. The 3 red stripes are on the right hand side of the map here, or the southern side of the map, are 3 areas that the Germans have zeroed in and call in 81mm artillery strikes at very short notice. My plan still looks sound, so I'm going to push on. I've carefully advanced one of the Churchills through the cornfield on my right flank. German mortars are falling on 16 platoon from D Company as they advance to reinforce C Company. I think the Churchill can get eyes on the pack location without revealing itself, so advance into support. Meanwhile, a section from 14 platoon advance in order to attack. They run into a small group, which eventually turns out to be a forward observer group. Dealt with, and they turn their attention to the pack gun. Destroyed with a section in it by the AT gun. And the SS on our left flank has started to engage. reinforcements from D Company have arrived, so I start to advance them in order to be closer to the battle so they can reinforce quicker. My front isn't as secure as I thought it was. The section from 13th Platoon continued to work on the 18th Cavalry, supported by Churchill. The 2nd Churchill covers my left. A secure foothold on the bocage in front of the objective moves. Several sections from 13 and 14 Platoon C Company able to provide fire on the vegetable patch in front of the farmhouse. Section from 13 Platoon continues to try to hunt down and destroy the pack. With the pack occupied by the attacking force, I choose to advance my 2nd Churchill. And 14th Platoon poured fire onto the farmhouse. The pack is still active. I can't tell if it's 1 or 2 SS troopers. The 2nd Sherman moves into a better support position on my left flank. The bunker's taken up. Counting on the AT gun no longer being effective, but it's still not knocked down. Trying to turn the gun against the attacking troops. I'd advance the rest of D Company's reinforcements. Time's ticking, and I need to be able to sweep through Neeps onto Tatties as quickly as possible. Destroy the damn pack! Grenades, man, grenades! 20 meters away. At last. Okay, so the last pack gun As I prepare for the assault on Ypres, another German artillery barrage. It's light but effective, and causes casualties. I start advancing further elements of 13 platoon towards objective Ypres. Second Churchill advances in order to try and engage bunker, MG bunker on my right flank. The last of my 88s come in as I prepare for the final assault on Ypres. Suppression, section of leapfrogging is the drill of the day. My lead elements reach the garden allotment. The vegetable patch has provided good cover for the SS. Now the fighting's up real close. 14th platoon starts to work up the left flank of the farmhouse. There's still SS resistance, and they get caught in the enfilade fire. Then, heavy fire from my left flank from Tatties. Churchill suppressed the right flank bunker. It's still active and aggressive. th platoon try and reposition out of the flanking fire. Meanwhile, 16th platoon decommand move in to try and provide cover and suppress the SS located in the Tatties on our left flank. Meanwhile, 13th platoon assault through the vegetable patch, trampling through carrots, potatoes and French onions. Platoon assault past the farmhouse and encounter the SS command structure behind. There's no mercy from the Scots. The armour wasn't able to destroy the bunker, so it's left to the infantry. It's quick, but no one escapes. The C and D Company secure objective Neeps. Gunfire dies down. We're just over 40 minutes into the battle, and I bring up the other two platoons to support the assault on Tatties. Once everyone's in position, the whistles blow and the assault begins. First 17 platoon have to deal with the third bunker. They're swift and effective. Gunfire dies down, and platoons 15, 17 and 18 start to prepare to assault on Tatties. It's all too much for the SS commander, and he chooses to withdraw. Get a British Army total victory. I didn't expect to get a total victory. I thought my casualties, particularly from the German mortar fire, would have prevented this. A great result, but I'm sure it'll make my next battle a little bit harder. So if we have a quick review of the final battlefield, I won, so I figure I get to review No Fog of War here. You can see I've secured objective Neeps. We can look at some of the battle stats. You can view those in the bottom left hand corner. For the amount of fire we put down, maybe not so much. I'm of the view that no one wins medals for bringing bullets home, so let's use them against the enemy, whether it be suppressive fire or killing them. This is a campaign, so I'll just have to watch as we progress with the munitions. In the last few minutes, one of the Churchills got stuck in the mud. The second caused some decent casualties. I set up a perimeter round objective Neeps. Just look at some of the sections there and their battle results. On our left flank, and the sections preparing to assault Tatties. Let's have a bit of a look at that bocage where the AT gun was. Here I spot the forward observer team. No attributed casualties, but that's got to be a technical error. Let's look at the Iron Cross pack. Yeah, entire team killed, and the support team. Quick look at some of the remaining SS troops in Tatties. Not a lot. And we can also see why his mortars are so effective. Some TRPs. And I spot a minefield. Not quite sure how I managed to avoid that, but I'm very grateful. I hope the battle was of interest. I shall try and video document the rest of the campaign, and I hope you enjoy. See you soon.